Hello guys, good day. Our lessons for today is about algebraic indices and factoring. Okay? Now what are algebraic indices? Indices are also referred to us as, these are also called exponents, or there's is also called as powers. Now, use the rules of indices to simplify algebraic expression. On the previous discussion that we have, we already discussed the rules and laws of exponents. So we need you to remember that, look back into it, review it, so that you will be able to understand what we're going to do here. Alright? Next, what is algebra? Before we're going to go for indices, we have to consider first of identifying what is algebra. Alright, algebra is one of the ways of solving and to further understand mathematics. Alright, this is one way of solving ways to further understand mathematics. So that is what algebra is. Okay, algebra is composed of numbers, letters, powers, operations. Numbers, these are commonly known as coefficients. All right, letters are known as to be variables. Powers, these are what we known as exponents or indices. Operations, these are the the plus, the minus, the multiplication, the times, and the division. All right. So algebra is composed of these four things: coefficient, which involves numbers; variables, which involves letters; exponents, or we known as powers or indices; and the four basic operations. All right, remember that one always. All right, here's an example. We're going to try to name which one of this given equation are considered to be the part of algebra. Okay, now we will start with this number 3 here. Number 3 is considered to be the number, or we call coefficient. All right, A and B here, this one, this two, are considered to be our variables. This number 2 here is our exponent, and this one here is our operations. So you see, in one algebraic expression, we will be able to identify the four things that compose of algebra, and that is coefficient, which is known as to be the coefficient, which is what we know to be the number; variables, which is also known as the letters; exponent, also known as powers; and operations. All right, so remember these four things. It could be not all of these four things, but this is what composes of an algebraic expression or equation. All right, next, terms and factors. What do you mean by term and what are factors? Now, term is an algebraic expression. All right, in an algebraic expression, is an expression involving letters, like the word letters, and numbers. All right, let's have, for example, for this term, we have, for example, 4x. That's one term. You have 3y. That's a term. All right, now what are factors? Factors are the one that we multiply together. So we should say these are two numbers or two letters that we multiply. For example, we have 4 times 2 is equals to 8. All right, 4 and 2. Okay, 4 and 2, this one here, 4 and 2 are considered to be factors of 8. All right? 4 and 2 is considered to be factors of 8. All right? So these are factors, numbers that we multiplied in order for us to get the product. Okay? In this example, we have 4 times 2, which is equals to 8. 4 and 2 are factors of 8. Okay? Next, did you know that algebraic functions have the same rules that used when you with the previous topic about exponent? Yeah, as in the previous slides that we have to identify the rules of exponents. So previous one of the about exponents. That's why you have to remember, all right, always remember the rules of exponent or indices. I'll give you an example. What is this rule? All right, the rule for this is rule number 1. Now rule number 2. All right, same base, copy the base. All right, add exponent. All right, same base, copy the base. All right, copy the base. And this one here, add exponent. So the answer will be 2 to the power of 7. All right, again, in algebraic functions, we follow same rules with the previous topic that we have about exponents. So we have an example here, 2 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 4. Now we have same base, which is 2. So what we do is copy the base, all right? Copy the base and add exponent. The result will be 2 to the power of 7. One of the big jobs we do in algebra is simplifications, all right? One thing that algebra do, all right, something is to simplify. Now, you will often be asked to put something in simplest form. Now, notice in every worksheets, activity, quiz, exam, the teacher will always ask you to simplify your answer, all right? To simplify your answer. So it means to say to the lowest possible value when you try to simplify it. I have an example here. For example, 4x plus 2x is equal plus 1. Now, how do we simplify this? Notice they are both the same as x. So what we do is copy x, all right? What we do here is we copy x, copy the variable, and add coefficient. Why do we do this? Because this is addition. Once you add, once the variables are the same, what you do is copy the variable, add the coefficients. So the final answer will be 6x plus 1. So the simplified answer for 4x plus 2x plus 1 is 6x plus 1. All right, in algebra, we always simplify our answer to the lowest possible value, equivalent to the given value. Remember that one always. How to simplify? There are many ways to simplify algebraic expression or algebraic functions. So many ways. But this I will give you and I will teach you the most basic way to simplify algebraic expression or algebraic equations. When we simplify, we use similar skills solving equations. Some of these things might help. All right. First thing, combine like terms. Right? First thing is you combine like terms. When is the expression becomes similar? When they have the same variable, same exponents. All right? Combine like terms when those terms have the same variable and same exponents. All right, then factor. Find the numbers that you need to multiply in order to get that number. All right, factors are the number we multiply. Okay, expand. All right, by the use of factoring. Next, clear out fractions by multiplying. So it's either we cross multiply. All right, one way is cross multiplication. Right? One way is cross multiplication. Next is find some pattern you have seen before, like the difference of squares. All right, so again we go back to factoring. So remember 5 things. First, combine like terms. How do we combine? Look at the variables and the exponent. These should be the same. All you have to do is combine the coefficients. Second, factor. Find the numbers that you multiply together in order for you to get that given. Third, expand. Use factoring. Fourth, clear out fractions. There should be, as much as possible, no fractions. Fifth, if you have remembered other way of doing it, try to expand it or try to solve it using some patterns, then do it, as long as the answer is simplified form. When you simplify, it should be in its lowest, lowest possible value. Okay, when you simplify, it should be in its lowest possible value. Any question? All right, I hope you're following me. So again, what are algebraic expressions? All right, or what is algebra? Algebra is composed of 4 things: numbers, which is known as coefficients; letters, which is known as variables; powers, known as exponents; and the 4 basic operations. Now, these 4 things may not be complete in one expression, but one way or the other, 1, 2, 3, or 4, it should be present in your expression. All right. Now, in order for us to simplify an algebraic equation, algebraic expression, all right, or an algebraic function, you remember 5 things. All right. Combine like terms, factor, make sure there's no fractions, expand it, or you have any other pattern, use it, so that you may make sure that you simplify it by looking for the lowest possible value that would be the same as the given value. All right, so that is how we simplify algebraic expressions. The second topic for today would be factoring. Now notice in the last part of the slides that we have here, yeah, factoring. Now we are going to discuss that. What are factoring? Now, factoring algebraic expression is one of those most important techniques. All right, this is techniques, means to say one way you need to practice, because this is one way to simplify algebraic expressions or algebraic equations. All right, factoring. Factoring, called factorising in the UK with an S, is the process of finding the factors. All right, for example, you have 8. What are the factors of 8? You have 1 times 8 is equals to 8. 4 times 2, which is also equal to 8. Or you have 2 to the power of 3, which is also equal to 8. So 2, 2, 2. Yeah? So this will be equal to 2 times 2 times 2. So those are factors. You have to find the factors. Factoring, finding what to multiply together to get the expressions. Means to say, you have a part, you have one whole. Break it together so that when you combine those two, you will have the entire figure. All right? It is like splitting an expression, a multiplication in simpler expressions. Split it. All right? Break it apart. That's what we call by factoring. Now, I'll give you the types of factoring. The first, factoring binomials. From the word binomials, it means 2 terms. Yes, factoring binomials. A binomial is an expression with 2 terms. The terms can be separated by addition or subtraction. You have 4 possibilities of factoring binomials. First, factor out the greatest common factor. Second, difference of perfect squares. Third, difference of perfect cubes. Fourth, sum of perfect cubes. Okay? 4 things that you're going to use factoring binomials. Next, steps. Always take the first step. Look for a GCF. What do you mean by GCF? GCF means greatest common factor. No matter how many terms a polynomial has, it is always important to check for the greatest common factor. If there is a GCF, it will make factoring the polynomial much more easier. It is easier because you just have to take out the common terms. Alright? Take out the common terms. Next, example. Factor the polynomial 6x to the power of 4 minus 12x to the power of 3 plus 4x to the power of 2. This is supposed to be an exponent. Okay, for example. Break down every term into prime factors. You know what's prime, right? Alright? Factors with 1 and itself. Alright? That is what you mean by prime. So if you have 6 to the 6, this is here. This one here is equals to 6x to the power of 4. See, factors of 6 is 3 times 2. Then x to the power of 4 is 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 12 prime. Okay, just like we have here 6, we have 3 and 2. 12, we have 4, 2, 4, 3, and then this one is 2, 2. And we have 4, which is 2, 2. Okay, so we have here 2, 2. 2 times 2 times 3, then how many x are there? 3. Then 4 is 2, 2, so you have 2, 2 here. How many x is 2? So everything is in its prime factors. Okay, I hope you're following me. Next, look for the factors that appear in every single term to determine GCF. First, you have to look for the GCF. After you find all the prime factors of everything, find the GCF. Now, we are going to break this one into group so that we will know which one are we going to find. So how many groups we have? 3. So in this group, you have here a 2, a x, and a x. You have here a 2, a x, and a x. You have here a 2, a x, and a x. So means to say what is common? It is 2 times x, or this is 2x to the power of 2 because you have 2x, so this means to the power of 2. Alright, so our GCF is 2x to the power of 2. Okay, for the expression 6x to the power of 4 minus 12x to the power of 3 plus 4x to the power of 2, its GCF is 2x squared. Third step. Factor the GCF out from every term in front of the parentheses and leave the remnants inside the parentheses. Alright? So we're going to factor out. Means to say the factors that we have in the previous slide is here is this. So we're going to use that here. Alright? This is our GCF. Now, considering that we take out 2x in the pair of groups, all right, in this previous slide here, see, we take this one out, take this one out, take this one out, you know what is left there, okay? So that is where 3 times x minus 2 times 3 times x plus 2 after we take this one out. All right, so if we have here, okay, take out the GCF, and then what is left is this. Leave it inside the parentheses. Okay? Next. Fourth, multiply out to simplify each term. Alright, so we have to simplify now. Notice this one is the x times x. This one is x times x. So we combine it, so we simplify it now. It becomes 2x squared times 3x squared minus 6x plus 2. Alright, next, fifth step, distribute to make sure that GCF is correct. Now this is now for what? Checking. Alright, so if you have 2x squared, okay, 2x squared, and you have 3x squared plus 6x plus 2. Now we distribute this inside, so that we will know if our GCF is correct. So we have now 6x to the power of 4 plus, multiply this, it becomes 12x to the power of 3. Next, multiply this, it becomes plus 4x squared. So therefore, this one is just correct as this. So therefore, our GCF 2x squared is correct. Alright? And guys, remember all the steps that we discussed here. What is algebra? What is an algebraic indices? Next is, what is factoring? Now, for this factoring, this is just an introduction. Alright? Next meeting, we will try to discuss on the ways to manipulate the expression using factoring with steps. Alright, that would be next meeting. But here, I just need you to focus down on the fundamentals and the basic principle on how you're going to use factoring and how important GCF is. Alright, how important GCF is. And knowing what is a factor. Alright, I hope if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message. I'll be very much willing to answer. And reminder for some of you who missed to turn in worksheets and quiz, I need you to turn it in before the end of the week, or else I will mark you 0. Okay, so I hope you're studying. I hope this one would help, and don't forget to take down notes. Send your notes to our line group. Alright, so that I will know if you really are copying and you're taking notes, and make sure you study, guys. Alright, feel free to ask me a question. Okay? Alright, that's it for today. Thank you.